Roughly 4 years ago, on my morning walk, it hit me. One of the two candidates was going to win the presidential election. So at the time, we were thinking of Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. And it finally hit me on the morning walk like, holy crap, one of them is going to win. And it's been a 4 years of interesting unfolding, to say the least. But in all of this, I have circled back to recognize this simple fact. There is a lot that I can't control. I have zero control over most everything in this world. And at the same time, I have recognized on my journey, I only can control three things. And if that's true, that there's a lot of stuff that I can't control, that'd be like me trying to harness a storm, to push a hurricane away from crashing into a part of the country. Just as ridiculous. I can't control it. So why put time, energy, effort towards it? At the same time, if I can only control three things, why not put my energy, focus, and attention on those? And that's what I've chosen to do. So, what are those three things? And I would have you consider if those are the three things that I can control. They might be the three things that you can control in your life as well. Those three things are: one, your thoughts. Some people have told me, Tom, I can't control my thoughts. And that brings me back to a quote that I heard many years ago that basically states, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. So by you, if you think you can't control your thoughts, you're right. If you think you can control your thoughts, you're right. And I would have you go with the latter. You can control your thoughts. There's an amazing audio by Earl Nightingale called The Strangest Secret in the World. I would encourage you highly to listen to that. And in that, you will hear how our brain is like the helm of this, the steering wheel in a 20-ton moving vehicle. You ever seen those vehicles in Arizona that take up the whole road, that just the huge vehicles? That's like our brain. And what happens is a lot of people just let that brain and let that 20-ton vehicle go wherever it wants and run into and demolish whatever it wants. And very few step in and harness that steering wheel and control it. And it's not simple at first. It's going to still pull you and go where it wants to go. But over time, just like any muscle, you're able to get stronger. You're able to control it more. And, if you've ever driven in like in a 4x4 truck with the big tires, that kind of like that, it takes a little while to get used to it. But once you do, it's no big deal. But it takes having the courage to say, I'm going to harness this. I'm going to break this from going wherever it wants to controlling it and focusing it like blinders on a horse. And the second thing that you can control are your words, your inner words, which tie into the thoughts, right? And your external words in communicating with others. And I think we all go through stages of immaturity to maturity in our ability to communicate. And I'm still a student of this. I still say and do things that sometimes while I'm saying and do it, I'm like, that's not really the best version of me. Why am I saying and doing that? And that's kind of going back to that steering wheel. When I become lazy and don't take control of my thoughts and my words, I can emotionally react and say things that aren't the best representation of me and who I am. And as I and you and others emotionally mature, we're able to better harness those thoughts and those words. Words can't be taken back. And I've done my share of spitting out harmful, hurtful words to people that are the closest to me. And I've learned from those mistakes and learned how to take control of those thoughts and those words at a much higher percentage. don't don't think that I'm 100% all squared away in controlling my thoughts and my words. I have many people who would vouch otherwise. But more times than not, I've matured to where I can harness and guide my thoughts and words towards the desired outcome that I have. And that would be my hope for you as well. So we talked about two of the three, our thoughts and our words are the two of the three things that we can control. And the third is our actions. Our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So if that's true for me and for you, life's going to happen. Stuff's going to happen. Politicians are going to be elected. Politicians are going to be sent away. You know, it's a circular door. They come in, they leave. It's corrupt. Not everybody has the best intentions for the people that they took an oath to protect and serve. Not everyone has the commitment to stand up for the words that they swore themselves in for those particular offices, and that's just the rule. That's just how the world turns. And in businesses, not all businesses care much other than their growth and what their stocks are doing, and you know, are we, you know, how's this quarter? They're focused on that quarter, and that's it. And that's how the world turns, and life turns. And guess what? We can only control our thoughts, our words, and our actions. And in doing so, we also can, by choosing to control our thoughts, words, and actions, you become good at that, and you can also control your emotions. That's kind of a side benefit of controlling those. And the only other thing that I feel creeps into that is who we choose to associate with. And this is a big one, because there's a quote that says, you are going to be the average of the people that you spend the most time with. In essence, the 5 people that you spend the most time with, personally and professionally. You're going to be somewhat average of those people. And if you look around, you might be able to see that. So are they happy? You know, if you're spending time around 5 people that aren't happy, chances are you're not going to be happy. Are they living a life by design, or are they complaining about living a life by default and life kind of pushing them around? Those 5 people will be a representation of you, most likely. Are they living a healthy life, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? Or is it unhealthy? If it's unhealthy, chances are yours is unhealthy. And, you know, financially, are they on a trajectory to not just live their life by design, but protect their own personal wealth and grow their own personal wealth for themselves, their family, and possibly future generations? So choosing those people that you associate with is very integral into your having optimal journey and experiences and fun and adventure and passion. So just want to share that with you, that you got 3 things that you can control. Focus on those 3 things, and just know that life happens. And with life happening, you're going to control what's yours to control. Your thoughts, your words, your actions. And regardless of what's happening, you're going to remain on the path. For me, I have 3 words: joy, adventure, passion. Everything I do has joy, adventure, and passion tied into it. And it's up to you to determine what your 3 words are. But when you gain that clarity, stuff's going to happen. And you're still like, okay, great. Stuff happened. With this new information, has my goal changed, or am I still on track? Because what you'll find is most of the stuff that's happening in the world has zero impact on you and your life and your family's life. There are some things that definitely would grab your attention and say, "Ooh, wow, I'm not really sure about that. I'm going to put some time, energy, effort into that. Control my thoughts, words, and actions to make sure that those undesirable things don't come to fruition." But in essence, live in your world, which is a brief journey, regardless of how long we make it. So there's a lot of fears and worries that people can get sucked up into. I get focused on, how can I have as much joy, adventure, and passion as possible? What brings me joy? How can I be that leader to my family, be that leader to my clients, be that leader to people that cross paths with me, and leave the world in a better place than it was prior to me crossing paths with people and circumstances. So just felt called to share that. You're going to see some interesting videos from me in the near future. And you'll find many other interesting videos from me at tombeal.com, which is right now redirecting to my YouTube channel at the current moment. So I hope this message finds you well. We are still in the midst of this unique chapter of humanity, and I am a advocate for change, and also have the faith in knowing that humanity is resilient and we will pull through this, and we will be stronger together, and we will look back on this with gratitude and say, I'm thankful that all this happened because it led to this. That's the way I look at things. I'm a glass half full type of person. All right. I hope this message finds you well. There's 2 quotes I'll leave you with. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. So whatever struggles, difficulties, challenges that you're facing and going through personally or professionally, one breath, one step, and one day at a time. Control your thoughts, your words, your actions. And with consistency, you will take the steps that are yours to take and wake up and recognize that this too shall pass. It came true. There's another quote that says, every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. So the bigger the adversity, the bigger the benefit. So if you're going through challenges, they aren't comforting words, but know that to be true. All right. Hope this finds you well. Look forward to communicating with you in upcoming videos. And until next time, make today great. Talk with you soon. Bye for now.